Hello golfers, and welcome to the Jess Golf Academy YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I've got a phenomenal tip for you about understanding the tilt and understanding how you maintain the inclination to the ground. It's something that I talk about often, but it's something that I think that needs to be repeated and also said in a couple different ways that can help you play better golf and kind of understand the game. So when you're playing golf, you're obviously inclined to the ground. You're tilted forward, you're actually flexed forward to the ground when you set up to the ball. So you can see if I'm setting up to the ball, I'm flexed forward to the ball. So that's great at the beginning, but what happens is that people lose the inclination to the ground. They lose the ability to stay with a constant arc with a club that is in the right radius. And it all starts with understanding the shoulders and how the shoulders tilt left and right, how you move your shoulders in a circle around your body, around your spine, and that you are able to swing the club in a manner that you can strike the ball really solid. So there's benefits of tilting. There's benefits of taking your time and understanding this aspect of the game or this aspect of the swing. And so the benefits of tilting is that it creates a lever in your body. So your spine runs down the middle, and if you tilt to the left, basically what it does is it turns your hips to the right, and then as you tilt to the right, it turns your hips to the left. It's just an anatomical fact that you do when you tilt. And so there's so many people that miss out on this extra little, not little, but it's an extra feature of a golf swing that can add tremendous amounts of power without adding too much effort into the game. So by learning the tilts, it's so important that you're going to benefit hugely from this. So again, incline to the ground, and the way you measure this is that you have an upper center and a lower center. Okay, so I'm flexed forward to the ground. My first motion here is as I take the club back, my left shoulder replaces my forward bend. So my left shoulder goes down into the middle of my upper center. So it goes down probably, let's see here, if my left shoulder's here and it's going to go to here, that's probably about 4 inches down. So about 4 inches down does your left shoulder go. So there's so many people out there that when they swing, they turn their shoulders too level, okay? They turn their shoulders too level. That's when their arms fold in and you lose the radius. So what's so important about this is that when you tilt and you take the shoulder to the center here, as you go back, what it allows you to do, it also allows you to extend your body. So as soon as I go back, I'm extending my body, I'm tilting my shoulder down, but you can see is that I'm never staying flexed forward, because this wouldn't be a golf swing. I wouldn't stay flexed forward this way. I would tilt the left shoulder down to the middle, and this would give me a really good inclination to the ground. So you can see how that works there. That's super important. Now when I do that, when I tilt the left shoulder down, okay, you can see is that my head stays very centered. So if I were to draw a circle around my head, you're going to see that it doesn't transfer to the right. And this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with, and something that I see on video all the time. I would say like, I don't know, I'd have to put a number around 80 to 85% of my students that come see me move their head up and to the right, because what they're doing is they're not tilting enough. They're lifting their arms and they're going, so they're not tilting at all. They're actually taking their shoulder and going up instead of down. So this is super important. So when you do this, it's going to go from the left shoulder, I'd say down about 4 inches. And you can see now how in my shoulders now, my right shoulder's higher than my left shoulder's lower than my right on my backswing. And so what's also important to this is that as you tilt the left shoulder down, that gets the arms to go up, and that gives the arms the ability to circle around your body. So a simple way to think about this, if I take my hands and just stand straight up, I run my left hand down my left leg, then I turn to the right, you can see as I get into a perfect position. So if I do that again, left hand down the left leg, you can see how my left shoulder tilts down to the ground. And then from here, I can turn back and tilt back. So you can see the replacing of the forward bend with the side tilt, which gives you the inclination to the ground, which gives you the ability to hit the ball a lot more solid, and you're going to do it more often. This is something that I found a few years ago that, you know, I've spent a lot of time around some really good instructors, but when I started with Stack and Tilt and Andy Plummer, this was something that was kind of like an eye-opener to me, because I was able to maintain the inclination to the ground and I was able to gain power. So I was always told to swing the arms and create the arms, how the arms go up, but the tilting part of the body is tremendously important, because by tilting, what it also does is bends the left knee and straightens the right. So there's so many good things that come out of this. So when I do it, and I do it correctly on the backswing, I'm almost like I'm feeling that very centered motion. I'm not swaying. As I go back, I get a lot of questions about this. I think there's a few questions about this on a couple of the comments of some of my videos, is that when you get to the top of the swing, which is P4, where do you feel the weight? So as I go to the top of my swing, okay, I'm feeling very centered. In fact, I'm probably feeling a little bit more weight on the left side right now. So I'm feeling about probably 60% on the left. As I go back, I'm feeling about 60% on the left of on my left leg. So, but I'm not tilting my upper center in front of my left leg. You can see I'm very centered when I do this. This is something I see, I get students as well that, you hear about tilting, but you start to over tilt. So there's amounts that you want to do. So this is the left tilt for the backswing. As I go back, left tilt. So you can see that every time. So I'll go ahead and hit one here. Left tilting. And it's really a good, solid shot. And it maintains the inclination to the ground. And you don't have to work that hard, really. I mean, you don't have to make this big twisting backswing. Just by tilting to the ground, by tilting your left shoulder down, that allows you to also control your arms too. So there's just so many good things that come out of this. You feel connected, you feel the left shoulder down. It's probably the most important part of your golf swing. I mean, I would say weight forward is number one, tilting the shoulder is number two, for sure. So it's going to help you the most. So now on the way back, after you tilt left shoulder down, now as I'm coming back down, okay, you can see is that I get back into P6 here, shaft parallel to the ground. Now my right shoulder is going to the ground. So not only do I have my left shoulder to the ground, now my right shoulder comes to the ground. Now I'm not moving myself forward. I'm not trying to move that way. I'm going left shoulder down, right shoulder down. So that's giving me the inclination to the ground. That's also replacing my forward bend with my side tilt back and forth, which allows me to get into that really good impact position, maintain the inclination to the ground. If people have early extension problems, this is the best way to clear that out immediately. I mean, it changes your game, because most people, when they swing, they're standing up too much. Their head's going backwards. Okay, so when they stand up, their head goes backwards. Everybody says, oh, I'm picking my head up. Not really. You're just moving your body out of the shot. And so that's super, super important that you understand that. So this is really, really important. I would say spend time with it, understand it, understand the inclination to the ground. You can see as I don't need to take a huge backswing and a huge turn to make this happen. So, enjoy it, work on it, and let me know how it goes, because tilting is so important. So again, thank you for watching. Really appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate all the support, positive feedback, positive comments. Keep them coming. Let me know what you want to see. go ahead, subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.